If you've ever wanted to use a Canva template but felt really overwhelmed by the process and did not know where to start, I'm going to step you through how you can choose the correct Canva template and customize it to suit your brand so that you can show up much quicker, post a lot easier, and still show up professionally. So hey, if we haven't met before, my name is Jacqui, and pretty much I am a graphic designer who is obsessed with helping business owners like you use Canva strategically for your business so that your brand can show up and shine. It can sell, it can look professional, and it can be something that you are totally proud of. And something I always say to my students inside my program, DIY Design My Biz, is that you need to be using templates. Templates, even me as a graphic designer for 15 or more years, I rarely start from scratch because there's no need to, especially in this day and age. And so you might choose to purchase a set of templates, or if you have Canva, honestly believe that there is such a great library right inside Canva that we don't need to go buying a ton of other templates. We can actually just use what's in there once we know how to do it well. And so today we're going to be designing an Instagram post based on a brand that I created for my brother. I haven't pre-done this. I'm going to step you through in real time what it looks like to go from starting a design, finding the right template, changing it to suit the brand from start to finish. So let us dive in. Firstly, I'm going to show you my brother's brand. He has pretty much made a robot that will handwrite letters for people. So if someone has a marketing activity and they're wanting to send 1,000 handwritten notes to a client, because handwritten notes really convert so much better than like a printed thing, it feels much more personal. And so he's created a business and a robot on this. He's a robotic engineer. And so we've created a brand for him called Postal Scribe. And so obviously it's people sending out postal marketing and they're scribing it. Anyway, it's super cute. And this is the brand itself. You can see we've got our colors, we've got different elements, we've got a logo icon, we've got so many different other things in here. And by the way, if you don't have all of this, if you haven't worked out your brand colors, your brand fonts, your brand elements, then it's going to be really hard for you to actually customize templates. We need to have these things. Otherwise, we have no anchor point to know what we're designing. And if you are needing help with creating a brand, I have two options for you. Firstly, head to my free masterclass. It's called Design Tools to 100K. And in there, you're going to get a really great starting point to creating an incredible brand and graphics. It's going to show you mistakes you've been making with your graphics. It's going to give you lots of Canva shortcuts and to help you do them even quicker, and also give you some really great free templates. And then if you're wanting some more support to actually do this from start to finish, I have a whole course that will take you through how to choose your brand elements, how to create your logo, how to choose your fonts and colors, all of this in a really robust, strategic way. But that's not the point of this tutorial. This tutorial, we're going to take these things that already exist and apply them to a template. So if you have a brand, we've got a good idea of your brand, or you're working through my course right now and you're wanting to start applying this to your branding, firstly go to the course. There's tons of modules on creating posts. But if you want something extra, I hope you'll enjoy this video. So firstly, I'm going to go to Canva and press create, and we're going to create a new post. So I'm going to go to social media and then just choose the default size. I do actually use a slightly different default size at the moment, but this one here is more than okay as well. And so you'll see when I first open up Canva, there is a ton of templates that are already recommended for me. So the things you want to do when you're choosing a template is two things. Firstly, know what your brand is so you can find a template that's in a similar style. And secondly, know what your content is going to be, because that's going to determine what you're going to use your template for. So today I might choose to do a post that's like 3 ways to make your marketing feel more personal or something. So let's just add in some text so I don't forget that. Cook 3 ways to make your marketing. This isn't a great marketing angle, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I could do something better there, but I'm not a copywriter, I'm a graphic designer. So I'm just going to play to my strengths and just do this for now, and you'll be able to see how this all pulls together. So if I was going to do this, if I just even lay this out on the page, make this a little bit of a heading, and then add in 3 points. All right, so I've just added 3 random points to here. And so I know what my content's going to be. I'm probably got a main heading with 3 dot points. So how can I find stuff that's going to be related to that? So I'm going to head over to the design tab on the left-hand panel up here and start to find what I want to do. Sometimes I just do something simple as like 3 points, because I've got 3 points to share. So in here, you can see 3 templates, and lots of different templates are starting to come up for me. We've got 3 points here, 3 points here, 3 points here. So it's already done a lot of the work for me. It's got a really great heading and really great points. And so now, once I find something that's similar to my content, I want to make sure I find something that's similar to my branding. Because if I was to choose a really minimal brand, but my own brand was really playful and cutesy, or vice versa, it'd be really hard to customize that template to suit my brand. For example, I wouldn't choose this one because my brother doesn't have any branding photos he's using for the business. So it'd be too hard for me to do this because I'd have to find a really great stock photo. And having a stock photo of a random person on this kind of material would be weird. So I'm not going to use anything with a photo in it. All right, so at the top here, there was actually quite a simple one I think I'm going to use. This one here. Or I could use this one. This one here also feels quite playful, and this brand is quite playful. So let's stretch the mark a little bit. Let's do this one here. So when I'm ready to use it, all I need to do is click on it. and it'll say, do you want to replace the current page that you've already got, or do you want to add as a new page? I usually just add as a new page, so I've got some wiggle room to work with. Now at this stage, you can do this next step in two ways. You can flip what I'm going to do if you want to. You can either apply your branding first, or you can apply your content first and then apply your branding. I think personally I'm going to apply the content first and then my branding, but if you want to do it the other way around, you're welcome to. So let's change things up a little bit. Firstly, I don't need this little post-it note that says 3 steps. I'm just going to do a great heading that says 3 ways to make your marketing feel more personal. So let's just add that text in the top here. Now, sometimes I like to pull out a keyword or two to make it feel, or make it a bit more attention grabbing. So I'm going to pull out this more personal text. I've just cut that out, and I'm going to make a new text box that says more personal. So I can make that really large, so it's something that stands out to people, because people that are looking for marketing are going to looking for something that feels more personal. I could even highlight marketing if I want to, but I'm going to do that later. Next, I've got my 3 points, so I'm just going to copy and paste my text from here. And if I want to, I could give this a little heading. So all right, so I've added my content in. I'm going to remove these because I don't have anything additional to say here. And I could have something in here, actually. That would be really helpful to have a little bit of a call out on this section, because this is where my brother's business really shines. So I'm going to add some more information here. All right, so I've added in that text. Now, there are 2 ways we can customize this to our branding. The first is, if you have Canva Pro, you can actually upload your branding to the brand kit. So I've just opened up Post or Scribe brand kit inside my Canva, and I've already got all the logos, all the colors, headings and fonts, and all the graphics right here. I can actually hover over these colors here and press shuffle, and it's going to apply his branding colors to this design in one literal click. Did you see that? I just pressed it, and I can press it again if I wanted these colors to look different, and I could keep on pressing it and it'll rotate through different colors. So a lot of these look great. Even this one looks fine. So that's one option for you. Or if you wanted to, you can also do this just by clicking. So if you don't have Canva Pro, what I would normally do at this point is I would go to my brand kit in my course. In my program, I'll teach you how to make your own style guide similar to this one. So I'd literally just copy and paste my fonts, because when you copy and paste your fonts and bring them into a new design, so I've just added in a new page here, these colors are now going to be accessible inside this design. So I can click on this one, for example. Let's go to the pink because that'll be more obvious. Click on this pink, and you can see it under document colors. It's already got all of Jordan's brand colors in here. So I can click on this and we'll add in that brand color. Now you'll see down the bottom here, it'll change that to the brand color. But you'll see down the bottom here, it's got this change all option. If I click this change all, it's going to say every time that pink occurs in this design, I'm going to change it to this color. And that's really great if you're wanting to do bulk changes to a design or a template. So I'm going to press change all, and you'll see that it's changed this color as well, because that was the same color. This pink was a slightly different shade, so it didn't change that. So I could click on this blue, press change all again, and it's going to change every occurrence of that. Similarly, I can do that with the fonts. So if I click on this text here, click on the font name up here, and I could then change this to the brand fonts here. So ours is Montserrat, and I could change that there, and I could again press change all, and it's going to change everything. You'll see here sometimes the fonts that you're choosing are quite different in sizing to the fonts that were already there. So this has now gone a bit skew-if. So I'm just going to have to go through and fix that, and that's totally okay. Or if you want it to be less overwhelming, you can just undo that and not bulk change things and just change things one by one. So I'm actually going to make this into our accent font. So when I teach branding, I often share to have a heading font and an accent font just for something a little bit more playful or different. Make this bold. Make these ones our accent font. A little bit larger. And change the body text here to being Montserrat. And this text down here, I'll also change to Montserrat or our handwriting font. Okay, now at this stage, it's time to look at our colors. So I haven't changed all of the colors yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I am actually going to press that brand shuffle color option so that it can just totally take this for me. I think that looks really great. So now I'm going to delete this background because this is not my brand element. So pretty much what you're doing with a template, you're taking the structure of it, but you're sifting out all the brand elements if they're not your brand elements. I'm going to delete this background, click on it, press delete, because we don't have that kind of thing in our branding. Something that we might have though is a gradient or shapes in the background. So I'm just looking at some previous designs that we've done, and I can get inspiration from that. So I'm going to actually, I could even use a paper background too. I might bring that into his branding. We haven't done that yet. So I'm going to actually go do elements here, type in paper. choose something nice and subtle that I can add into the background here. I'm going to fade that into the background a little bit so it's not so harsh. There we go. Now these 1s and 2s that were already in the template, because I chose a template that was already quite similar to our branding, I'm actually going to keep these 1s and 2s and 3s in here because they do match with the brand vibe. We have this brand is very scribbly. If I go back to the brand kit, I might now go to my graphics and actually go over here to my brand board and kind of copy some of these across. Maybe I'll grab these little X's, maybe this little squiggle, this little squiggle. I'm going to copy those and paste them across in here. I'm now going to bring these in. You can see that these little elements are actually quite similar to these designs. I'm going to leave this 1, 2, and 3, which is another great reason of choosing a template that already matches your brand vibe. I'm also going to grab this squiggle and put it behind marketing to help marketing stand out a little bit. Obviously, there needs to be a darker color. It looks a bit messy there, so I'm going to choose a different element. Let's use one a bit cleaner, like this one here. I'm just copying and pasting those across, moving them and rotating them. Rotate, bring it down, and setting that to being behind. This kind of works. It does feel a little bit too busy, so I might even delete that again. This is what design is. It's so much troubleshooting. I'm also going to use an underline instead. So we use a lot of underlines in his branding, so I'm just going to use that little underline and add that to the marketing section. I might even just use it in orange or that yellowy kind of color, so that it doesn't get too busy. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to grab this little squiggle, maybe add that somewhere else on the other side to kind of even out this section over here. Now again, this brand template also had this little sticky note situation, which I think totally works. I'm going to change it to look more like a sticky note though. I'm going to make the actual sticky note a yellow kind of color, like so, and then make the pieces of tape our blue. Like that, and then obviously need to change our text color to another brand color, one of our darker colors. And then let's update this 3 to being a bit lighter so it kind of feels a bit different. Beautiful. Something else I need to change here now, you see these boxes are a little bit big for the text amount, so I'm going to make this a bit smaller. And what size is this? 18. I really wouldn't go much smaller than this for an Instagram post, to be honest. I'd probably make it a little bit larger. Make this a little bit larger. And if I actually grab this text box and press this copy style paintbrush, I can press copy and then paste it over. So I'm just hovering right now and then I'm clicking when I land on this text box, and it's going to make that text become larger to match the exact same formatting as this. I'm going to do that again here. Same with this text here. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Make this text box as larger. Bring that down a little bit to give it some room. Make this box bigger again because I made the text bigger. Drag it up so it's the same height as the 1. Maybe drag this all up. To do that, I've just held down Shift on my keyboard to select multiple things at once. Make this a little bit smaller as well. And then bring this, and this, and this up. Like so. And make this line. Finish. Yeah, I loved this text, but I think it's a little bit unreadable, so I'm going to make this into a clearer font. Even make this a little bit smaller so it's less in your face, I think is how this needs to go. Amazing. And now that we've got some more room here, because I've made this all a little bit tighter, I'm actually going to, once I just make sure that those are even, grab all of this and drag it down so that our heading can be larger. And then when this heading is larger, it's going to be something that captures their attention, because right now all this text was a bit samey, so it's not going to capture and stop someone's scroll because there's nothing that's jumping out at us. So I'm going to make this a lot larger, just dragging it around till I know that it's centered with that big vertical line there. Move this around a little bit. Maybe make this a bit of a lighter color. All right, we see that. That post didn't take me too long at all because I knew my brand and I picked the correct template. And that's how you find templates. First, you need to open up the correct size document is the best way I like to start. So opening up an Instagram post or opening up a presentation slide or opening up a flyer, and then finding either by searching. So I searched 3 tips. I could have also searched playful and just left it there and seeing what posts kind of come up. And you can see all these kind of designs are playful, or scrapbooky is another word I could have searched. So if you have, for example, a minimal brand, you could literally just search minimal and see what templates come up and then use that to inspire the design direction you might go. If you know what your content you're doing and you know what your brand looks like, you're going to be right as rain. Just search phrases that are similar to what you need to look for. So words that match your brand or words that match your content. If you're doing a carousel post, I could have written minimal carousel and seen a lot of things here. And so designs that have more than one page on it, if I click on this, you'll see that if I'm just hovering over it now and it's scrolling through one of 6 pages. And in here, if I click on it, I can choose to apply all these pages, or I can choose to apply one of these pages. And so you can find a whole collection of templates that suits a whole carousel or a whole presentation slide suite. But knowing what to look for is so useful. So just a reminder again, have your brand sorted and then look for either a template that matches the brand and search your brand style, or search for the kind of content you're sharing. So 3 tips or quote, or if I was going to promote a masterclass, I can just type in here masterclass. And again, it's bringing up content that promotes a masterclass. Don't start from scratch. Use what's here already, but once you know your brand, it's so quick to apply it. And again, if you're looking for help with doing your designs, you want to get more into mistakes that you might be making with your brand, you want some free templates, make sure you head to my free masterclass, Design Tools for 100K, and I'm going to give you all sorts of tips, all sorts of templates there for 100% free. And I know that's going to help you to work faster in Canva, enjoy the process, and create graphics that are actually going to sell your business. So head to the QR code that you see on the screen now, or the link is also in the description. Thank you for joining me, and all the best creating templates. And don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button so I can see you around next time. Bye.